welcome to another Guitar Hang. My name is Brent Groh. I play guitar in a band called No Regard, and we're hanging out talking about guitars today. Nothing new here. Jason Isbell Telecaster, custom Telecaster. One of the kind of the big things I've been focusing on this week is kind of intonation and making sure that my guitars are intonated correctly. I was kind of noticing with my 50s Ventera Telecaster that it was pretty badly not intonated, and so the intonation has to do with where these saddles are from here to here, and at the 12th, so like you tune your string in the open, so like that's C, and then when you hit the 12th fret, if that is still in tune in on at C as well, and that's when you can adjust the saddles to make sure they're in tune like that. My Ventera Telecaster was not intonated very well. I kind of had an idea that it wasn't. I could kind of hear it during band practice that when I went to go do some of the higher stuff, it wasn't feeling like it was in tune. So I kind of did a pretty basic version of that and did some adjusting myself, but ultimately I'm going to try to get that guitar, especially because it's kind of become the main guitar I'm using at band practice and potentially live the next time we go play a show. If all goes well, I'll have it all set up and intonated. I'm going to try to get out to Brian at Tree Strings in Red Wing, Minnesota. I'm going to try to I'd like to have him look through this guitar, the 50s Ventera. There's quite a bit of guitars I would like, because he did do all the setup and stuff on the Strat and get that intonated. But I had put a Wilkinson block on that guitar. I had totally taken it all apart, and when I put that block together, so on a Strat, that the block that goes through the guitar, that the whammy bar or vibrato bar attaches to, so the top plate and the block didn't line up perfectly. I mean, there was enough room for the strings to get through, but it wasn't like kind of perfect alignment, which I'm sure it's fine, but I would like somebody's second opinion to make sure that I didn't do anything wrong. That guitar does still sound good and play well now that I got it back together, but it would make me feel better. I've never had anyone do anything with the Squier Jazzmaster as far as the setup goes, so I'd like the Strat to be looked through to make sure everything's good. I want the 50s Ventera to be set up and intonated. I want this to be set up and intonated, but I think now that the Ventera 50s Telly Um, should maybe come up with a name. The No Regard Telly. I would like that to kind of be set up, and now that that's my main Guitar 4 band practice, I want that to kind of be gone through and set up nicely and professionally. There was another thing. Oh, so I was watching an Ask Zach video. He's another YouTuber, a guitar tuber, and he plays Telecasters a lot. And I've been really kind of obsessing over Telecasters lately, so I've been listening and watching a lot of his videos. And he has a video where he's hanging out with Danocaster, a guy who makes some custom Telecasters, and somebody else, I don't remember the guy's name, but they're playing a Telecaster, and he's like adjusting his pickups while he's playing kind of an amp that he would normally be playing. And I thought that was interesting. I have, maybe, I have adjusted my pickups, but I don't think I've ever done it kind of in the way of like actually having it plugged into my rig the way I use my rig. And so I'm gonna do that, and it really kind of opened up my mind. So also, I will say that I did notice one of the reasons that I haven't kind of used this guitar as my main No Regard guitar is that I felt like these pickups were a little bit weaker than the pickups in the Ventera 50 Strat. Whenever I used gain and tried to play some of my, kind of lower register riffs, the Ventera 50s always felt like it had a bit more juice to it. And as I was intonating it, I had to raise up the action a little bit, and it really kind of took some of the gain out of it, and you're moving the strings further away from the pickups, so there's a little bit of difference in there. And so now I need to go back and adjust the pickups because I adjust the string height. But that got me to thinking that maybe these pickups aren't as weak as I think they are, and maybe they just do need to be raised up to match the string height of this guitar a bit too. So now I want to kind of get them, stringed up, intonated the way I would like them, get the pickups in the right spots, and then the shootout starts over. I don't know. It's a never-ending thing. I really want to kind of make that Ventera 50s guitar. It's been a lot of fun to play and to get used to. So I still think that's going to kind of be the main No Regard guitar. I like the idea of that being the one. And not the only one, but the main. The Strat will come back out, and my Gibson Les Paul will get used when it needs to get used as well. But yeah, so as far as guitar stuff really goes, that's about it for this week. We didn't have a band practice. John did a marathon this week, so we kind of I tried to get out there and at least meet him at the finish line for the end of it, but didn't really work out. But so yeah, we took the week off for that. So I've just been playing around the house and practicing stuff. So no big updates as far as the band goes. the music I've been listening to this week. I was listening to some Thrice today and yesterday. I went back and listened to the album Viesu. It was a great album. Listened to the song Deadbolt. Great Thrice song. That's where it all kind of started for me. I had some buddies back in high school who introduced me to them, and fell in love with them at that time, and did listen to them quite a bit, when I hung out with them, but wasn't one of those bands that I'd really followed for a long time. And then, maybe around, 2018, 2019, Thrice put out an album called Palms, and maybe one of my favorite Thrice albums. My favorite Thrice album for sure, but is an album that I really do come back to quite a bit. So I did kind of listen back through that album. I've been listening to those Ariana Grande live sessions from the Eternal Sunshine album. That stuff is great. Really love those live performances. Yeah, that's about all that I can think of as far as this week goes for me. Yeah, the big thing is getting those guitars intonated and working out a time with Brian to get out there. I'm going to have to drive to Red Wing. It's about an hour drive from me. And hopefully drop off my guitars and hang out and chat with Brian for a bit. That's going to do it for this week with guitar hang. Hope everyone else has a great week and all your wildest dreams come true, and all your biggest tone secrets are revealed. Maybe not. Maybe you don't want to reveal your tone secrets. I like sharing my tone secrets. I did buy a new pedal this week. I bought a JHS Unicorn. Wanted one for a while. I traded in the Benson preamp pedal, a pedal that I had, tried plugging in multiple times and kind of didn't resonate very well with. So I just kind of felt like it was a pedal I didn't really need anymore. And a Soul Food by Electro Harmonix, which is kind of like their take on the Klon style pedal. Which that was it was a pretty good pedal, but I would like to get maybe like a Mythos Mjolnir Klon style pedal. Whenever I run across one of those, I might buy it. But yeah, so JHS Unicorn is a Univibe pedal. I'm really curious to use it during band practice and kind of go through its paces. I kind of have it in the spot of my Course pedal. I put my Course pedal and the Univibe in the same loop, so it's either one or the other, or kind of having both of them on. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of shoot them out against each other, the Warped Vinyl versus a Univibe, the Unicorn. They're somewhat similar effects, but yeah, that should be exciting. I'll report back on how that goes, but like I said, that'll be it for this week. Cheers.